I pre-mix some colors ahead of time, just to speed up the process. You can see the palette here. The top line and the right hand side line column, those are Permalba colors, and these are mixtures that I did with the Permalba combinations or formulas by adding some of these colors, alizarin crimson, cadmium red light, and yellow ochre. And I will mix more as I go along. But I'm going to start with this. I have put on them oil already. I am using this medium from Chelsea Classics. It's a fat medium. At the beginning of this painting, I used the lean medium, which is for early stages of painting. But now that this has dried completely, I have to use the fat medium because it contains more oil. It has oil and some drama varnish, but it dries very quick. I really like it, and the smell is awesome. And same as it's cleaner. So if you get a chance to try them, I recommend you to do that. And they'll smell really great, really good, really good. So I had put already some of that in the mixtures. Okay. So I'm not gonna pre-wet my painting here because the oil is already in the mixtures. If I put oil now on the entire canvas, and on top of that I will, if I put the colors with oil, I will be putting too much oil and it will make it difficult to control. Okay, so let's get started. Let me see which pencil I'm going to use. One fairly stiff, so I'm going to use this one. This is a Pro Stroke brand from Powercryl Creative Mark, whatever. I don't remember where I bought this. It's a #1. Okay, but it's stiff. I like it. I need to push the paint into the canvas since it's already dry. So what I want to do, I want to darken all this area here and here, because on the photo it's much darker, and I think this area is too wide, which I'm going to take away also from it. So let me start by making it a little bit more darker here. Let me see. Actually, this is too light. Let me try this one. Still too light, so I'm going to darken it a bit. And using the Permalba Dark 3, #3, which is, I got it right here. Let's see. These are the pre-mixtures from Permalba, and you get your neutral colors, 3 shades. You get your darks, these two. This is the darkest one, #2. That's the one I'm using right now. And you get 2 half tones and 3 lights. Okay, so to these colors you add, as needed, the other colors like Viridian, alizarin crimson, cadmium red light, yellow ochre, depending on what color you want. But you're ahead because you're starting already with a mixture, which is a combination of colors already mixed. It's not that it is a new color. Each of the Permalba mixtures, the portrait set, they're already mixed. So I have added burnt umber to my palette, the Viridian that I forgot to pull out. Right now it's too brown, but I'm gonna fix it later. I just wanna have this shape. I'm looking at the picture that is on my computer. Okay. So I'm making it a little bit more reddish instead of greenish. I'm trying to stay away from the camera. It's kind of uncomfortable. But here we go. And this ear, I don't see it at all. Just a suggestion of the earring. Here. Yeah, this goes more inside. Like this. I thought about the glazing here, but I don't know. I'm not used to glaze. Then I will have to wait even longer for this to dry. And I get very impatient. I don't like to wait for the painting, it's too much. Then it's harder to go back and paint. If I could, I would have painted this in just one sitting. But I wanted to do more of a finished painting rather than just a study, quick study. I will blend this later. I'm just placing the colors where I see them. I'm trying to go very thin with it. Now it looks so red, but once I add the other colors it will make more sense. And here it has to be so much darker on the nose. The hair here on the top is completely different. It's hard because the light doesn't let me, can't see well. And when I'm painting, I don't use any turpentine. I just, get my brush fairly clean with just a plain paper towel. Sometimes I like to just mix directly on the canvas. I think it's better. I'm applying a lot of red right now. As a kind of like as a base. I like to work on the entire painting at the same time. I think it's more effective, at least to me. I will fix this later. I can even see in the photo, all this area of the hair is completely dark. I don't see any detail at all. And that's the disadvantage of using the photos. I'm putting down more orange. Not color orange, but mixture. And then I will darken as I go. just remember that if you ever decide to use the Permalba mixtures as a starting point, just keep in mind that they're just suggestions. In fact, they have a color chart that you can, mix their formulas, and it's really helpful. Trying not to block the light from what I'm seeing. I'm talking about the light bulbs that I have on to record this. That's better. I have painted myself before by looking at a mirror, and I really enjoyed that one because it was painted kind of like a psychedelic. It wasn't representational, and I really enjoy the freedom from painting very crazy instead of trying to achieve a perfect lightness. It's kind of stressful sometimes, especially when you're recording, because when people watch the videos, they start judging what you're doing at earlier stage instead of judge at the end, not while you're still correcting. And all painting is just that. It's just making corrections and corrections until you get it right. I'm trying to soften this here a little bit. I used the wrong color. Damn. I gotta put it back. Oh wow. What can you do? Fix it. Right now I just apply pure alizarin crimson. And use it to blend here. Then I can put some orange and mix it right there. There's a difference when you're mixing red on the canvas than mixing outside, because when you mix outside all the time, you're just committing to that color once you put the stroke. So really you don't blend much when you're using that approach. So, it's very painterly. You just put the stroke and that's it. But this painting is so tiny that I have to blend, because otherwise the strokes will be so freaking big. Now it's starting to look like me. You'd be surprised what a difference does it make. This shadow here, if I didn't put it in, it wouldn't look just like me. But now that I put it in, what a difference does it make. In fact, I'm going to leave it alone. And here it's like some light. Some light here. Actually, it's a bluish light. And it's part of the makeup too. That's one thing I like a lot about the Malva colors. They're very, very creamy. Some people don't like it, but I do. I hate paints that are stiff. I hate Grumbacher. I remember when I first started painting, I was, and I bought it because the teacher, he was an artist, famous artist in Puerto Rico. And I guess he used that brand, I don't know. But that's the brand he told us, he suggested. So I bought it. And I hated it because the cap will just glue, to the tube. And it was so freaking hard to open. And not to mention that then, when you try to open it, it will break. It was so stiff that, it was a real challenge just to manage that paint. And then I moved to the United States. I brought those paints, and I took more courses, portraits. Not courses, but kind of workshops. And I kept using them, and God, I couldn't open them. So I decided just to get rid of them. I threw them away, all of them. And then I purchased... Oh, and not only that, it took ages to dry. So what I did, I threw it away, And I heard about the Lucas. I was watching some videos online. I think the videos were from, I don't know if it was Jerry Sararama, and I forgot the name of the artist. And he was doing the demonstration. He's from North Carolina. I think it's Mike. I don't know. I forgot his name. And he was using this paint, and he was explaining that the paints would dry overnight. And then I saw another artist using them too with a palette knife. I think his name is Colleen. I don't remember. And I'm really bad with names. And I saw that he was using, again, the artist quality Lucas 1862. And he also mentioned that it would dry overnight. And I said, well, that's the way to go. So I'm going to purchase those. And I did. And I've been using them ever since. Because, yeah, it dries overnight. And that's without the use of any medium. So if I put medium to dry, like the, what is it called? The Winsor & Newton medium. I forgot the name, man. That is a gel. It's like a gel kit. And it dries even faster. Much faster. I'm trying to give some light here. Of course, that's not the right color. Obviously. But remember that I did the mixtures on the canvas. So I put the base first. So far, these are the mixtures that I have. You can see. So I'm grabbing colors from everywhere. Okay, that's what I have so far. But now it's looking more like me. Still have to fix the eyes, because for some reason when I smile, my eyes close. They close. And you won't see them. Actually, that doesn't go there. It's kind of higher. Sometimes you think that you're off on a color and you think, okay, this one is still lighter. And it's not necessarily that it is lighter. It's maybe that the color next to it needs to be darker. And that happens a lot when you're painting. And you realize that once you place the color, you realize, oh no, it doesn't look good. So it's because it is the color next to it, the one that needs the adjustment, not the one that you thought. But don't worry, because everything you put, you can fix it. Don't be too hard on yourself. I'm saying this, but sometimes I am myself. I gotta make that darker. There we go. But I'm sorry that when I place my hand, I'm covering the, I'm blocking the light. Maybe I should have put the light on the other side. And try not to cover it. There's some greenish down there. Gosh, you can see my forehead here. That's better. I noticed that I put too much hair. I want to make this too light. What I'm doing, I'm just mixing some yellow. Here it is. It's not pure like this. I just tone it down with this half tone. And I'm gonna use a little bit of that when I apply other colors. I'm gonna put some oil. So I'm gonna mix that with some skin tone. Where I see light. I like this medium a lot. the way I'm mixing this is just by, if you can tell, I'm just tapping. Like, you know, touching, not blending by scrubbing, if that makes sense to you.